Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Overworked and Underfucked. What's going on, Rocko?
Dude, it's our first episode of Mother's May. So this month we'll be releasing one episode a week, talking to all the different mothers that we know about their journey through motherhood.
And here today we got Paige Piggy Package McCormick. I meant to go say Taylor, but it's not Taylor anymore.
Upgraded.
Yeah,
Upgraded.
Paige Package McCormick. That's it.
Hello, everybody.
You have been on the podcast, it was a couple of years ago now.
One of the first episodes, I think.
Yeah, three or four. Something,
yeah,
something like that. So you and your now husband, actually, Sev, come on and talk about, I think you were talking about your journey through IVF, and you were doing IVF back then.
Yeah, he's a man of many, many words. He's very memorable.
He fell asleep on the couch. I specifically remember him falling asleep while we were yapping, and I'm like, that's so us, you know, that's like you and me yapping and Sev's just in the background, just like a normal human being, just chilling.
Solid.
Snoozing.
Yeah, literally was falling asleep. It was so funny. I'm like, well, I'm so boring. This podcast is going to go so far. Well, thank you for coming back on. And
thank you for having me.
The thing for Mother's May, I think we want is, you know, we're all about the mums on this pod, right? We're all about here for the mums, and I think even just in like the close mum friends I have, you know, there's so many different journeys and stories and stuff along the way, you know. So obviously yours has been probably the longest one that I've known.
Yes, I've been longing to be a mum for many years. So our journey started 4 years ago with trying to conceive.
Yeah.
And then after about a year, we moved to IVF. And so the last 3 years, with a few breaks to get married and
holiday
stop
and stuff.
obsessing over getting pregnant, we've ended up with 3 rounds of IVF, 5 transfers, and we're finally pregnant. So I'm now 27 weeks pregnant, about to hit my 3rd trimester, and everything has gone like perfectly. I've had the best pregnancy.
Sorry, just quickly, just don't tap the cup, please. No, it's okay. It goes through the wood and into your mic.
My bad.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm a fidgeter.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's so me too. Rocco kicks the table, and then the camera. I'm watching the podcast, and the camera's wobbling. I'm like, sorry.
Consciously trying not to like
my
feet.
Yeah.
Little tippy tappy feet.
So let's go through. Obviously, trying to conceive. When do you decide that you need to go through IVF? So obviously, you go get. You know, you used to trying for 12 months, and you go and see a doctor and get, you know, tests and stuff like that.
I think we started like around the 6-month mark was when I was like, okay, like I just had this weird thought in the back of my head that I'm 30 and maybe it's not as easy as everyone makes it look. I don't know where the thought came from. I've been pretty intuitive most of my life. And my brain was just like, well, what if it's not that easy for me? Like I wanted to start sooner than we were ready in case it took time. Yeah. Like I never thought it would turn into a 4-year journey.
Yeah, 4 years,
yeah. Sort of around the 6-month mark, I thought, let's just go get some tests done.
Yeah.
Start the process and see if there's a reason why it's not happening. Yep. If there's no reason, sweet, we'll just keep trying, but maybe there's a reason why.
Because you got PCOS as well, right? So that could have been a factor in the, is that something that factors in on the?
I didn't know I had PCOS until we started all the investigating.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
So I'd been telling my doctor for years prior to that something was wrong.
Yeah, because you were literally the fittest person I've ever fucking met in my life. When we were living together years ago, you were fucking training 6-7 days a week and running and doing all that, walking. Yeah, loved it. Eating healthier, fucking rabbit food, all this shit. And then you were struggling to lose weight, right?
I would just start gaining weight. I just started gaining weight slowly, no matter how much I exercised, no matter how clean I ate.
What?
It was just like, what is going on? So I talked to my doctor and I'm like, look, I've got this adult cystic acne. I've got chin hairs coming in, like something's wrong. Like, can you test my hormones? And they just kept saying like, oh, well, your thyroid's fine. We've done your blood tests. Like your thyroid's all good. But I'm like, you're not listening. Something's wrong with my body.
Yeah.
Like I'm in a very severe deficit
and
I train like a demon.
And still putting on weight.
It's not right. Yeah. So it was starting the fertility journey was good in that sense because I got a lot of answers that I wanted that I wasn't getting from my GP.
That's frustrating, though, that you had to struggle to get pregnant to go and get answers about stuff you've been asking for years, you know?
Yeah. And I feel like maybe I could have advocated a little stronger for myself and seen a different doctor. But I just sort of had a doctor that if I needed if I was going overseas and I needed like some anti-anxiety or a top up on my SSRIs or anything, she would just sort of no questions asked, give me what I needed.
Yeah.
So I was like, look, she listens, she knows what I need, but I should have probably, advocated a little harder and gone, I need some testing.
It's like hard doing that with doctors too, because you kind of just put all your trust in a doctor because you think the doctor knows what's fucking best.
They're seeing hundreds of people every day. Yeah. She's sitting here going, no, your bloods look fine, but...
It's sometimes like too, I get it sometimes too. There would be so many people that go in like, oh, I'm struggling to lose weight and they don't do anything. You know what I mean?
That's, I think the doctors would be saturated by people that are like, I've tried everything. And they hear that all the time, but really people have just like cut out a fizzy here and there.
And they're not actually exercising
not actually
or fucking
tracking
whatever.
Their food and doing the right thing. Yeah. I think that definitely plays into it.
So what's the process? So you go into, you find I think his mum helped you, right? Your mum's a nurse, so she found you a good fertility doctor?
No, my fertility doctor was recommended by my GP.
Yeah.
And she just said, look, if you're struggling to get pregnant, here's who I would recommend you go and see. And it was a doctor in Sunnybank. And we just got all of like extensive testing done. So I got scans on my ovaries and my uterus and full blood panels, full hormone panels, all that sort of stuff.
Sev too? Sperm tests and all that stuff?
We had male factor as well. So we sort of had two things working against us. His sperm health wasn't the best. And then I had the PCOS where I wasn't even ovulating. So if you don't ovulate, you don't release an egg, you can't get pregnant.
Well, it's news to us. I don't know.
Walk us through like what exactly IVF is, because
so IVF. So in order for like a regular person to get pregnant, the woman ovulates around day 10 to 14 of their cycle, which is 10 to 14 days after their period. Their body has been growing an egg, releases that egg, sperm meets egg, baby is born. If it's the perfect egg and the perfect sperm. Most of the time they're not. That's
reality's not that easy, is it?
Sperm's got 3 heads or the egg's not good quality. It's just all sorts of stuff. So IVF, basically, they will do a hormone cycle on me. So 2 weeks of hormones, injections twice a day to grow heaps and heaps of eggs in your ovaries, but not release them. So you have one jab that's like grow the eggs and then one jab that's like, but don't ovulate yet.
Oh, okay.
Until they like scan them every couple of days. You get scans. Sorry. I'm so out of breath pregnant.
No, it's so fun. It's so fun.
Honestly, my lungs have nowhere to go with this baby.
Yeah, and this is a Sev baby. Sev's like 6.5 foot tall.
Yeah, he's a monster.
He's a big dude. We don't call him the package for nothing, you know. Like,
so you get scans every couple of days, just to keep an eye on how big each of those egg follicles are. So you have all these follicles in your ovaries, but not every follicle is going to have an egg in it.
Yeah.
So they want them to be a certain size without getting too big, because then you can get really sick and have to go to hospital. So it's like very closely monitored. When they think there's enough big ones ready, you'll get a third and final injection on top of the other 2 daily ones to say, release the eggs.
Yep.
And then you go in for a day surgery. So needles up the uterus. And they will basically suck all the fluid out of those ovaries. So they just go in the vaginal wall with a big needle. Suck out all the fluid.
Jesus fucking Christ, eh?
And then collect the eggs in a dish. And then that's when the same day they have your partner's sample.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 types of IVF. There's regular IVF where they put sperm in a dish with an egg and they let the sperm find its way to the egg and do its thing. Or there's ICSI. And we had ICSI. So they pick a sperm, they look under the microscope, they pick one that's like super healthy, moving around lots, doesn't have 3 heads.
Yeah.
And then they use a needle to inject it into the egg.
I think that's what I was, because I'm an IVF baby. I don't talk to mum anymore. I can't ask her, but yeah.
And then you lose, you're looking at around like 20 to 25% of those eggs to make it onto an actual blastocyst, like a day 5.
Yeah.
So out of the ones... out of, say, like our first cycle, we got 5. Yeah. 4 of them were mature eggs. 1 was a baby. They couldn't use it.
So what's a mature mean? That like they can't use it, or is it just
it's
like
an egg that's old enough? So some of them are still young and growing, and they won't respond to fertilization.
But mature eggs are good. They will. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
So 2 of ours, or all 4 of ours fertilize, which is good because usually about 70-80% do.
Yeah.
And then they've got to make it through the next 4 days to grow into a day 5 blastocyst.
Okay.
Is that
in the lab, not in you, right?
Yeah, that's the test tube part of it. So then they're just watching them. They're looking for cells to divide and split and do all sorts of crazy stuff. But if they make it to this certain level, which is basically like, a fully fertilized egg ready to go, it's ready to just attach to the uterus and start hatching.
Yeah.
Can look really good though and not be fantastic. That's also a part of it. They sort of grade them on a scale of 1 to 5, A to D. They can look like the perfect egg, but not be.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's 1 to 6, sorry.
Because so the 4 eggs, I think from memory, I remember that you had, 3 eggs that were ready to go and you had 3 goes, didn't you? Or
I
4
had
goes?
2 from that first cycle, but they developed a day late. So they were day 5 blasts on day 6.
Yeah, okay.
So we couldn't do a live cycle. We got all G'd up to do like our first live transfer. And then they said like, no, they're not ready. So we went in the next month. And they were graded really well. They were really high quality embryos, but the first one didn't take. And then we sort of saved the second one. Oh, it's probably worth saying as well, our first cycle was fully private. We didn't know that the bulk build system existed
for IVF. Yeah. So talk us through if you are comfortable talking through the cost of a private build fucking IVF thing.
Yeah, for our first cycle and our first transfer, about 25 grand.
And this is for an unsuccessful transfer, $25,000.
Yeah.
Jesus.
We got a few rebates here and there, like maybe $3,000 back from the day surgery.
It's fuck all though, really.
25 grand.
Yeah,
I think we got $1,200 back from our transfer, which was $5 grand of the 20.
So going your first one, you find out that it's like it hasn't gone in, and you're just thinking we've just fucking spent 25 grand, and we're not, not guaranteed.
Yeah,
a baby.
It's really that was the hard part for us because we sort of went like, this is probably our one shot at this.
Yeah,
like some people are out here getting 10, 20 eggs, 10, 15 blastocysts, and we got 4 and 2.
Yeah,
2 blasts by the end of it. So a lot of panic of like, we've just spent our life savings to do this round of IVF. And then so we had the second egg and we sat on it for a while, the second embryo, sorry.
Yeah.
So your day 5 blast is your embryo. We sat on it, we got married, we had a honeymoon.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you remember you did your first one, then you got married, you were like, I just want to have a stress-free wedding and not be worried about it and have a honeymoon.
And I wanted to be able to like lose some weight. I jumped on the Duromine. I didn't want to be trying to have a baby while that's happening.
And I like just off topic, your fucking wedding was amazing. I still think about it.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Thank you.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah, best day of my life.
Was that the one where you had the beers in there?
He was our coveted beer boy. He did an epic job.
And my nipples bled, remember? Dancing too much. Yeah. We did fucking... I was actually talking about it to a friend from the gym the other day, and she's getting married, and I was like, I'll MC your wedding. She's like, oh, yeah, actually. And I was like, fuck you, I'll MC your wedding. I said, I've been flower boy, beer boy, groomsman, best man, whatever, MC. I told her, I dance that hard at weddings, my nipples bleed.
It's literally my favorite thing when you came running over to me to show me your bleeding nipples. Made my night.
Yeah, literally. Paige becomes packaged. That was my hashtag for that weekend.
People couldn't believe it. They were like, that guy, like, how drunk is he? I'm like, he's sober.
I drove everybody home. I drove your sister-in-law's home.
That is just Mim. That is just his personality. They're like, he's so confident. He's out there dancing. He's sweating. He doesn't care. I'm like, no, he's just having a good time.
So literally, I couldn't give a fuck. People are like, oh, when you go out, you need to be like trying to pick up and stuff. I'm just out there sweaty and dancing, dude. That's my life. I just
having a good time.
Yeah, I rate it. So had a good wedding and stuff. And then when did you decide? Did you wait until you come back from your wedding, your honeymoon, to think about when you wanted to try for the second egg?
Yeah, it was hard because part of me didn't want to use it. And I think that's why we put it off for so long, because it was this, like, it was the be all end all. It was, if we use this embryo and it doesn't take, we have no hope. And I wasn't ready to let go of the hope.
Yeah.
But start of last year, I said to Sev, like, it's time. We've had 6 months after the wedding to just be newlyweds and chill. And I just sort of said, like, let's give it one hard year, like back to back. I will put my body through it. Like, let's just nonstop. Oh, sorry, missing a key bit of info. So in that break is where I learnt that bulk build IVF existed.
Okay, cool, yeah.
So I had a friend say to us, like, they'd done a couple of cycles, and I'm like, how are you guys
affording it, right?
Affording this? And they're like, oh, it's only like $2,500. And I was like,
Hold on, you spent 10 times that, yeah. Spent 10 times that.
Excuse me? What do you mean? What do you mean as to it? So, yeah, I learned about this clinic and I went and just inquired with them and said, look, this is where I'm at. Just before going to see them, we did our last private embryo.
Yeah.
And probably worth saying, I had not a great experience with the private clinic.
Yeah, okay. What, great?
My doctor, I think it was a cultural thing. My doctor was just very like, you're fat, you need to lose weight. And I'm like, well, I'm doing everything I can. It's like, well, if you're walking, you need to run. If you're doing this, like.
It's like for years you've been the fittest person I've known, you know what I mean? Like.
I'm not being heard here, but also just expected me to know a lot of stuff. Like I'd ask questions because it's my first IVF cycle. I have questions. What's this? What's that? What are we doing here? And she'd just be like, expect me to know things, roll her eyes, like exasperated with me all the time.
That's so shit. This is the hardest thing. Well,
25 grand on this.
And I very much was like rushed in and out and felt like every time she met me, it was like she was meeting me for the first time. And I'm like, you've seen me 30 times now. Like I'm always in here. I'm paying $300 every time I come in for a visit.
Yeah, like you can fucking give me the time of day. Because this is the hardest. Face. Yeah. This is the hardest journey too you've probably ever had to go through.
Yeah, and I really needed someone nurturing to hold my hand and to just say like, I know this is scary. I will walk you through it. And that's essentially what I got with the new clinic. So we did our last private cycle.
So you did that second egg, you did private still? What did that end up costing?
$6,000 for that one.
Yeah, okay. So
for the frozen embryo transfer.
And then obviously didn't stick.
That one didn't take either. So we find out 14 days later. I actually went overseas for a week of that 2-week wait.
Yeah.
I'd had a cruise booked with my mum.
Shout out, Claire.
Shout out to Mumsy. Left Sev at home working.
Shout out, Sev.
But our cruise got cancelled by that like the tornado, the hurricane thing.
Yeah, the hurricane, that's right, yeah.
So we just...
Oh, that's right, you last minute booked a trip fucking overseas, I remember that.
We'll go to Bali instead, so we just nipped over there. But
just nipped over to Bali.
It was 6 hours, isn't it? It's easy.
Yeah.
Flew through the hurricane, which was crazy. Yeah. I took my pregnancy test while I was overseas because I'm very much like I've always waited for my beta blood test through the clinics.
Yeah.
But I was like, I can't wait another week. And I've sort of didn't want to do it without Sev, but the anticipation was killing me. So at the 2-week mark, I did some pregnancy tests and they were negative. And then it was just like the worst decision because now I'm like depressed and pining for my husband and I'm in a different country.
Yeah, different country.
And I've got another half a week and I'm trying to be like a good holiday buddy for my mum.
Yeah, but you just,
And then she's like, you don't have to put on a brave face. Like you can be upset. And I was just like, no, I was prepared for this. Like, but really sucked being away from Sev. So then we just said,
come home and then is this when you started looking at the, like the private clinic?
Yeah, so we had to wait I think I inquired at the start of the new year with them. We had to wait a couple of months for our first doctor's consult.
Yeah.
And then basically got all of our tests done. The doctor there was amazing. Like he took one look at me, looked at our test results after we'd gotten them, and he just goes, I'm getting you pregnant by spring.
Oh, that's so nice.
And this was in March, I think.
That's so sweet after having such a shitty experience
and
with a doctor telling you you're fat and shit.
Yeah.
Is this the Bog Bill guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's just like, he opened my papers and he just goes, oh, I love when clients like you walk through my door because you're going to make me look so good. Oh. He's like, I'm getting you pregnant by spring. And I just started crying because it's like, that's what you need to hear.
It feels like the difference, right, between doing a job for doing a job and doing it for passion.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Getting into IVF as a doctor, you can't just do it as a job. You need to have passion for helping people get pregnant.
To be on their side.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, your first doctor, like, it feels like she's in private. She's making all this fucking money. You know what I mean? Like,
and she works around the clock. Like, I've got to give it to her. She works weekends. She'd come in on Sundays and public holidays, whatever timing the women needed. So, but whereas with the
yeah, but she rolls your eyes at you for it.
Yeah.
She's really funny.
She wastes my time.
She's like, fucking right, I'm here.
Fuck's sake, what are we doing here today? Oh, you want a baby? Oh, fuck's sake.
At least the other guy's like, let's fucking do it.
Yeah, let's get you pregnant. Hey guys, Tim and Rocko here. If you don't know this by now, the main reason we started this podcast was to bring awareness to men's mental health.
We just want to remind you guys that it's okay to not be okay. We all go through shit and we all need help when we're down. If you're struggling, getting help is important, and leaning on your mates in your time of need is a good stepping stone to seeking professional help.
There's no shame in seeking professional help, but also being there for your mates to lean on in their time of need. Let's break the stigma around men's mental health.
Now, it's reported that 45% of Australians suffer with mental health illness in their lifetime. To bring it closer to home, 25% of tradies will experience these issues. If you're a tradie, I recommend checking out the Mates in Construction app.
Being in transport, it was a shock to learn that 50% of truck drivers also go through these experiences. Fellow truckies, download the Healthy Heads app today.
And remember, guys, tough times don't last.
Tough people do.
And we're back.
Oh, she did it. And we're back. All right, sorry, we had a bit of technical difficulties there, a bit of audio books on Rocco's phone that's recording us. So you got 2 minutes of us and then 30 minutes of Paige, which is what we want anyway.
It's my fear.
So, righto, we're starting the journey at the new clinic, the bulk build.
Yes. So we got, obviously the reassurance from the doctor that he would be able to get us pregnant. There's nothing majorly wrong. Sev's health really improved over the 2 years since our previous collection too, so that was in our favor.
What was he doing? Was he doing something different or?
I just had him on a bunch of vitamins, so I'm like a nerd when it comes to learning anything I can to do with health and physiology. Yeah. So I was
autism.
He hyper-focused on it.
Yeah. I was like, surely there's something I can do here because I healed my body naturally throughout that journey as well. I healed my PCOS essentially. Through a lot of research and just natural vitamins.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, if I can get my ovaries to be not polycystic anymore and improve all of my hormone panels, surely there's something I can do for Sev. So I just did a lot of research, and put him on a rigorous vitamin regime.
And he's just like, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I'm like, look, mate, your job here is to jizz in a cup. You can take a few vitamins.
He gets to have fun while he's doing it.
Yeah. I'm like, you got to go in the magazine room, have a good time.
The magazines are all stuck together though, aren't they?
No, I actually think they have a TV
hospital.
now. So.
They got a TV now with 90s porn in it. They've still all got, they've all got bushes still.
Dude, wanking at a hospital feels illegal.
I probably didn't give enough thought to how fucked that would feel for him.
Yeah, but you get stabbed with needles and worrying about shit.
Yeah, you get a needle up the vagina. Fuck that.
Yeah,
you can fucking wank at the hospital.
Powers anything that fucking happens.
Hard. Well, yeah, with my private clinic, I was under twilight sedation, so that was really crazy because I just literally fell asleep and woke up and it was done. But with my new clinic, so they only do their surgeries and their scans and everything on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I was sitting here going what if I'm ready for an egg pickup, which is a surgery, on a Sunday or a Tuesday? How are we controlling that? But what they did was they put us on the pill. So the women, they'll put you on the pill, which sounds so counterproductive, to get the timing right so that when it's your egg collection, they can time you to be ready for a Wednesday or a Friday or a Monday. With all of the hormones and things. So it was really interesting. And if they were full, if there was too many people had 12 girls having an egg pickup on Wednesday, they'd be like, okay, we're going to make sure that you go next Wednesday. Because they like to do them on certain days. So
the science behind that must be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, and that's where the pill would come in. And I think that worked in everyone's favor for the workers as well, because then they're not working around the clock overstimulated. They know Tuesday, Thursdays are their cruisy days where they have some doctor's appointments and things.
Yep.
But that the rest of the time, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, go time. They have a beautiful team of nurses. Everyone that I saw was amazing, so nurturing.
This is such a better story from
And I lots of different nurses. Eventually, I learnt them all because I was in there for 6 months.
Yep.
But had a really, really positive experience. Got the hand holding I wanted.
Yeah.
Got
needed,
the reassurance.
Honestly, not wanted, you needed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a daunting process for you and Seven. Yeah. So,
and just hearing that they were really confident that they could work with us too was amazing.
No, that would have been such a relief because and you watching people around you have kids, right?
That was the hard part. Was in the time that we were trying to start our family, all three of our siblings fell pregnant and started their families.
Yeah.
And then
it's so you try
went
not
on to have seconds,
Yeah, it's so hard not to be you're happy for them, but it's also I get that it's very heartbreaking too because it's
it's such a weird feeling because genuinely so happy for all of my nieces and nephews and for them being here and for our you know, our families.
Yeah.
But you do have like this, like,
Why
what
isn't
about
it me? Yeah.
Longing for it as well.
Yeah. And then you feel that and you just think like it's not fair, like why me? But then you feel real guilty.
Yeah.
Because like you are really happy for your family. You are excited to have a new niece or nephew to love, but you can't help but feel like sorry for yourself. And friends that are just decide, oh, we're going to start trying to get pregnant now, and boom, pregnant first cycle. Yeah. And it's like, I'm stoked for you.
But what the fuck?
But it makes me so upset. And then I'm like, no, you're a piece of shit. Why aren't you just happy for them?
I think there was something I remember when you were still living in Springfield, and I think I come over for a birthday or something. I can't remember what it was, but you were talking about it, and I was like, I think I mentioned someone. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I just remember. Like something happened with a friend. I think they had a miscarriage or something, and you're sort of like, oh well, they've like as sad as it is, like they've got kids, and like we don't have any yet, you know. Like, and I was like, holy fuck! I didn't even think about how much difference it could be. You know what I mean? Like it's like how heavy it was on you at the time, because it was like I just thought you never let it show in your day-to-day life.
My comment that I've made quite a few times would probably be like, as devastating as a miscarriage is, and it is, I've had a chemical pregnancy. I understand getting excited and then having that ripped out from under you. It was more like, at least you know you can get pregnant. Not like, oh, at least you already have kids, but it's like, at least you could get pregnant. I had these years of just being like, can my body not do it?
Yeah.
Like everyone kept telling me your uterus is perfect, like, but nothing was happening.
Yeah.
So I have sort of made that comment that would be the silver lining for me personally. For a lot of people, it's the end of the world, and it's totally understandable. It's horrible.
Yeah, absolutely,
it's probably the worst thing a woman can go through.
I would never wish it on my worst enemy, honestly. Like,
no, but I think personally, what I would take out of it was like, oh my God, my body got pregnant for a while there. That's
naturally,
amazing.
You know what I mean? It's
it's like it can actually happen.
Yeah, because that's the fear I've had for so long of just like, well, what if it doesn't happen for us? What if, you know, we do this for years and years and years and years and it just never works.
Yeah. And it's like all the money you fucking put into it and all the, you know what I mean? It's like possible house deposit and all the stuff, you know?
It's like, absolutely have a house and it is what it is.
And just putting your body through it as well.
So let's go to a positive side of things now. So how many rounds did it take at the new clinic? Like how many?
My third transfer at the new clinic. So I did one cycle of my second cycle, which was with them. So my first private, my second cycle with them. I did only get one blastocyst.
Yeah.
And it was ready a little bit earlier than, like 6 hours earlier than they would have liked. So we couldn't grade it. It was called an early blastocyst. But they said the best place for it to be is in the womb. Let's transfer it.
Yeah.
And that one didn't take. And then we did my third surgery. And the surgery's done under green whistle.
Oh.
So that was really different for me because I was not used to being conscious.
Yeah.
And it was a lot harder.
Confronting.
It was painful, even through the morphine. Like I was in a lot of pain. So like putting off, like how many times do I have to do this? But
and it's like Sev jizzing in a cup in a hospital doesn't really look that bad now, does it?
No, literally. And you know the weeks of injections leading up to it. But so we got our second cycle. We upped my hormones a little bit to just try and get a few more eggs. He's like, look, you should have gotten more than what we got last time. We ended up getting 8 eggs, which was our biggest haul.
Yep.
And then 3 of them made it to blastocyst on time, which we'd never had them make it on time before.
Yeah, that's cool.
And they were really decent quality. So the first one did it. Number 3 didn't take.
Yeah.
Number 4 took.
Is this for like how many eggs? Or is this for?
Yeah, transfers. So my third transfer, which was from my third cycle, but my second with the new clinic, it's a lot. I had 5 total. The third one didn't take, but the fourth one, which was the first from the last cycle.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think I mixed myself up. But the first one from the last cycle did take.
Yeah.
But then we lost it.
Yeah.
So I only found out after we'd lost it that I was pregnant. Yeah. So my bloods came back and I had an HCG reading, but it was way too low for what it should have been. Had a few follow-ups and they were like, look, it means you did get pregnant, but it just wasn't the right embryo.
Yeah.
And that for me, like, you know, my family's all like devastated. Like, I'm so sorry you've had like a chemical pregnancy, which is an early miscarriage. And I was just low-key, like, pumped.
Dude, it was the first sign of hope you've had in this whole process.
I was, like, sad, but I was like, I got pregnant.
Yeah, one took. You were ready to you were ready to go again. Was that what was Sev like? Were you like to Sev like this means that there's a chance, right? Because you're losing hope at this stage. Like, you're losing hope. You're like, is this ever going to happen?
Absolutely. I was in a really dark place prior to that. I sort of got in touch with the nurses and I was just like, look, I don't know how long I can keep doing this. Like, what if it never takes? Like, I needed them to just tell me to keep going. And they did. They sort of said, I think they said 5 to 6 transfers is sort of the sweet spot.
Yeah, okay.
That they see a lot of success.
And you're like, I'm only at 4. Like, you're like, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
But then you see other people that are like, everyone else seems to get it on their first try.
Yeah.
Or then there's other people that are like, I've done 20 transfers and that hasn't worked for me. So
fucking 20 transfers. Those girls.
I don't know how those people. But I sort of explained to Sev, like, look, this is what's happened, but I'm taking it in this way. And he was like, no, I get it. Like, that is something to be like excited about. So there's like bittersweet, like sad it's not working, but this is the best result we've ever had.
Yeah.
We've never gotten this far before.
It's a step forward.
Yeah. And then the next one, I was convinced that it was going to be another negative because all I've gotten is the I'm really sorry calls.
Yeah.
You answer the phone between 2:30 and 3:30 and it's the I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
And then I got a call. So I'd organised for my mum to come over because she saw that it was getting harder and harder and she didn't like me to be alone for the phone calls. And I said, come over at 2:30. They usually call around 3:30. They called me at 1:30.
Oh.
And I was like, this is different.
Yeah.
And I answered and she's like, just confirm your name and date. And then she's like, congratulations. And I literally told her, like, I was like, F off. Like, no, I'm so sorry. But I was like, I have had the I'm sorry call 4 times in a row now. And I just like could not compute. I just like had a fritz where I was like, there's no fucking way.
That's so cool.
There's no way. Like, I couldn't believe it. And then I'm like, my mom's not here. And my hands are like this. And I'm just like, oh my God. Because I just convinced myself to protect myself that it was going to be another negative. And then.
That's so cool.
Stop it, man.
Oh, it kills me every time. I never forget fucking when he put the post up. I cried like a little bitch, dude.
They're just so like just the happiest I've ever felt. And I was like, oh my God, okay.
You got to ring
I need to
Sev.
go pee on a stick. I need to pee on a stick because I need to see it. I've never seen a positive pregnancy test. I've taken hundreds. I've never seen it.
Did you have one at home or did you have to go get one?
Oh, yeah, no, I've always
I was going to say, imagine you didn't have one at home. You're like, fuck, I'm going to go to the shop. They're going to get a pregnancy test. Like,
no, but I was like, but mum's coming over and how? Like, I was so close to calling mum and Sev and just telling everyone, but I was like, no, I didn't get a moment.
Yeah.
It's been very clinical for me the whole way. I'm like, I'm going to make a moment for these guys.
It feels very, not unnatural, but it's like, you know, the whole process of making a baby is like this natural process of like husband and wife or whatever. And it's like, you haven't gotten that. It's been doctors and tests and needles. No, and it's really hard to feel sexy about it when it has been clinical. And Sev's just seen me go through like hormonal warfare for the last few years. Like, bless his heart. He has put up with me. It's been hard. So I took a test and then I went and put it by the kettle because mum always comes over and makes us a cup of tea. Yeah.
And I set up my camera and she came over maybe like 2:00. She came a little bit early.
Oh, I remember this video.
Yeah, and she had like this whole special moment where I was like, oh, make us a cup of tea then. And she's there like filling up the kettle and I'm like. And then, it was beautiful. She just sort of screamed and couldn't believe it that I'd managed to keep it from her for like an hour. Yeah. Because I'm a blabber.
Yeah. I think too, Chrissy, I was talking to her about, I think, on Boxing Day or something, and she said she knew it was different because usually you'd message her or ring her, but she's like, you drove to their house and just were like, I got out of the car, she ran to the door and I was like, oh, I'm pregnant. And she was like, oh my God. And we were just screaming and it was magical. It was the best. But then there was a lot of fear. So I like got over the excitement and we told all of our family and all the whānau over in New Zealand on FaceTime. But then like the fear set in of like, we've still got to make it through the first trimester until we can feel safe.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
Yeah, and then I'm like, well, shit, my body hasn't been pregnant before. Am I going to be one of these people that has like a recurrent loss or like, but honestly, I've just had nothing but positive experiences the whole way
through. It was
through.
meant to be. This one was just meant to be.
Yeah, she's stuck and she's just been happy and I've had such a good pregnancy, like aside from not being able to breathe.
Yeah. I mean, you still haven't shut up. So like,
just having squashed organs. You're right.
it's like,
With my organs, all being compacted. But no, there's a lot of people on the pregnancy page that I'm on that are having a really rough time, a lot of complaints, and I'm just like, dude, I'm just happy to be here. I never thought I would experience any of this.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
anything that gets thrown my way, I'm just like, this is nothing compared to IVF. I don't care.
This is just a journey that you went through to get there, like that satisfying ending, you know what I mean? And it's
having that weight lifted that it's like, my body's not broken. It can do this.
Yeah. Is it scary too? Like, because you've told all the family, then you've gone, obviously, people we both know have gone through stuff where they've told people and they've had to, they've lost it or whatever. It's like, it's so scary because I couldn't imagine having to make that phone call to people that you've lost the baby, I didn't post anything socially until 13 weeks. Yeah.
So until we'd done our NIPT test, for me, it was really important that we got a clear screening for like chromosomal abnormalities, birth defects, all that sort of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And to get the gender and just make sure that everything was going well. Because, you never know what's going to happen in your pregnancy. You might lose it, or there might be like a tough decision that you've got to make. And I didn't want to explain to anyone what choices I was making and why.
And you don't have to.
So it was like, I always said this, the day I get a positive pregnancy test will be the day I tell the world. Yeah. But then when it happened, it was like, no, I need to protect myself, my family, and telling our immediate family was sort of like, they would all understand. They know the journey. They're all waiting. 100%. They're waiting for the update because they knew we did an embryo transfer 2 weeks ago. So they're all there like, when are we finding out? Yeah.
Oh, it just gets me so fucking emotional.
That's so cool.
So this is how much your parents wanted you. It's fucking hard.
Yeah, no, well, my parents didn't want me that bad because fucking, anyway, but
awkward.
Yeah, literally, they still traumatized the fuck out of me, so I don't know how bad my parents wanted me, but you definitely want yours.
Yeah. I don't know what to say to that.
No, it's so fine. Sorry.
I got a question. What myths about IVF would you like to debunk?
Myths.
Yeah, if there's any myths, anything on your journey that you went through that you kind of... What are you going to say?
I'm not going to say that word because...
What was that?
The one you just said.
Myths. I don't know. I didn't really have any preconceived ideas about it. I didn't know much about it moving in.
Yeah, right.
What would you like for someone that's, say, starting an IVF journey? What are some words of wisdom or things you would like to... This is probably why we should have prepared this, because you could have written something of this down.
No, the myths, no matter how long I think about it, I don't think there was anything.
Yeah, you just went in completely blind, so you don't have one.
What I would tell people is mentally, it is going to be the biggest battle you are ever going to go through. You're going to have really high highs and really low lows. So make sure that you are prioritizing your mental health first and foremost, and that you have a good support network. I would say I wouldn't have made it without my little village. My village is really small. It basically consists of my husband, my mum, and my sister-in-law. But without them to just unload all of my fears and my worries and my rants.
Do you think the breaks too? So do you think the breaks between doing IVF sort of helped as well?
If I could go back and do it again, I would do it bulk build, so it's a lot more affordable. Yeah. And I would do it back to back.
Back to back, just run it.
Give yourself a year and just smash it, because part of me thinks, so I did like almost 6 months straight. Yeah. Start of last year to get pregnant. I think that's what kicked my body into overdrive, because my body felt different even before my 5th transfer took. Those 2 weeks leading into it, my body was feeling different. It was doing different things. And I was like, my body's ready. It wants a baby now. And I was like, I think having so much hormone therapy, consistently telling my body it's go time, it's go time, it's go time, is what made the difference.
But being that tapped in as well, like you over that whole year, you're probably so in tune with your body as well. You kind of know what it's wanting.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But then look, exactly. On the flip, there are plenty of people that just had their first transfer and it takes. But for me, I just think really getting my body cooking onto baby mode is what helped.
I think it's one of those things that it's really cool if it's happened for you first time, but it's like there's just so many people that it doesn't happen first time, you know what I mean?
And I can't relate to those people, because if people tell me like, oh yeah, we did IVF and it was our first one, and I'm just like sucks that we had to go there, but I'm like, it's such a different journey to doing it 5, 10, 15 times.
Yeah, 100%.
Or if they had, you know, like took 5 embryos but 1 surgery, again, is different to doing 3 surgeries or 5 surgeries. Getting a really good egg haul versus getting a really poor egg haul, all that sort of stuff. Like there's so much.
There's so many variables in it.
Yeah,
Every journey's
absolutely.
different.
I'd wake up from my surgeries and there'd be a woman next to me that got 16 eggs and I got 4. Or there'd be someone that got 3 and I got 8. And it's sort of like, you don't want to compare, but you're always like, oh, what's going on with everyone else?
We
doing
always
this?
say comparison is the thief of joy. Yes.
100%.
It's an amazing journey. Like, I just fucking, I don't know. It just makes me emotional. Like, because I just, not that I was there every day, but I think I've slowly watched you go through that, you know, when we've seen each other. And that's why I said when you put up that, like, because I had fucking, you know, obviously had no idea. And then just opened Facebook one day and here's this post of them doing a fucking gender reveal. And I like seriously was sobbing.
Yeah.
Just absolutely sobbing on my couch, just like so happy because it's like I'd seen the pain in your eyes when you talked about it. You know what I mean?
Man,
and
we've wanted her for so long. And we started thinking like, okay, do we need donor sperm, donor eggs, a surrogate? Do we adopt? Like we started really starting to
I think there was a stage when you were like, I don't know, it wasn't give up, but I think there was a stage you were going like, worst case, we're just going to adopt, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know whether there was a bit of faith lost there, you know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
I couldn't tell you when that was, but yeah, you know, like there was a time where you were going, fuck, we'll just adopt. We don't care. Like it's fine. Like we just
plenty
adopt.
of babies need to be loved.
Yeah, that's right. So it's, just to see sort of the light coming out, and it's just like, it's emotional hearing you talk about it now because you just got this, you know, you're pregnant, you can't breathe, you know,
but I'm loving it. Yeah.
Well, you just all smiles, and it's all like, as hard as the journey was, you're all smiles about it, you're all laughs, like it's all.
I'd crawl through glass. I'd do it again and again to get here. If someone could have just said to me 4 years ago, like, you are going to go through hell, but it will be worth it. You will get your baby. I would have been able to lean back and enjoy the process. There was just so much fear that it was never going to happen for me, that I would, and every time you see a friend or a random stranger with a pregnant belly, you just think like, I'm never going to experience that. And that was really like soul destroying.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, you do feel like a selfish piece of shit because you're like, well, why do I need one of me and Sev, my husband?
Yeah.
So bad when there are other kids that need to be adopted. So
it's
then
a vicious,
it opened up like this whole like argument of beliefs in my mind. It was a lot, but I'm very glad that we got here. So my advice would be like, 15th of May.
So, this will be like released, and then like a couple of weeks later, you'll be
maybe a week early. I've got to get induced somewhere between 38 and 39 weeks.
Is that because of the IVF, or is that?
Yeah, they just said they see this phenomenon with IVF pregnancies that at full term, like the placenta can rupture or abrupt or something. I can't remember the words, but it's really common in IVF patients. So they say once your baby's fully cooked, they'll schedule an induction and get your baby delivered safely.
That's cool. Is there anything during the pregnancy you have to do different, like hormones and stuff, or is it just like once you're pregnant, like that's it, you'd stop the hormones and all the stuff?
Yeah, I was on progesterone. Sorry, excuse me. I was on progesterone pessaries, which are like a tablet that goes internally up until 7 weeks, just to make sure that your hormone levels don't drop and stay stable enough for baby to implant safely.
Yeah.
Some women, if they're having issues like with their cervix or whatever, will stay on it for 14, 20 weeks. I came off at 7 weeks, had a little bit of spotting, which was a little bit scary, but was totally normal and nothing different otherwise. I have a couple extra scans coming up in my 3rd trimester.
Yeah.
That like a typical low-risk pregnancy wouldn't have. Not that my pregnancy is high risk, but being IVF, that is a risk factor.
Yeah, it's a risk within itself.
So I get like a 28 and a 34-week scan, I think, which is cool because any excuse to see my baby.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun, eh? They're really fun.
Yeah. See what she's doing in there.
The first time you hear the heartbeat, it's fucking crazy, eh?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Because they're like this little tadpole thing and you're like, excuse me? Because we got to see ours at 7 weeks and you're just like,
yeah.
What is that? It literally looks
crazy,
like a baby frog.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, so with your gender reveal, did you Did you know what it was first, or did you do the envelope and then like get them to do the balloons and stuff at the party store?
I didn't know, so we just did our NIPT test, and I told my doctor to put it in an envelope, and I gave the envelope to Biddy.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So my sister-in-law and my brother were the keeper of the secrets, and she ordered the smoke bombs that we wanted.
Yeah,
and so they knew, but no one else did. We just had our family come over for the gender reveal.
Yeah, the gender reveal and did the video. And you pumped for a girl?
Yes, I was convinced my whole life that I would be a boy mum.
Yeah.
My whole life. I've just always went like, I'm a tomboy. I like boy stuff. I like fishing, camping.
Yeah.
Like just all the boy things.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to have boys. I've always pictured myself with 2 little boys. I saw blue smoke when I pulled that cannon. But then it's like,
wait, what? You saw
in my, like, it's so weird. In my mind's eye, as I pulled that trigger, I saw it as blue for like the first second before it was pink.
Oh my God.
Because I was I was convinced.
Chaos.
I have aphantasia as well, so I don't see anything in my mind's eye. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that means, but
like when you're reading a book, some people like see movies in their head. I don't see any of that. I see black. So I don't have like a vivid imagination. So it was such a weird experience because I was so convinced that it was going to be a boy.
Yeah.
That when it was a girl, which is what I wanted, it was just like, again, I went on a fritz and couldn't compute what was happening.
I think Sev was meant to be a girl dad. Like, I just think he will be such a good girl dad. You know, he would be a good dad either way, but I don't know. Like when I saw Pink, I was like, Sev will fucking kill the girl dad. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's insane. And I just, like, this is what I mean about, I've said it before and like a few times in the pod, like some of the greatest things in life is like seeing your friends become, you know, your friends and you're drinking together and they become, you know, get partners and they get married and have kids. And it's like, this is the greatest, like there's no better feeling than knowing that your friend like that's gone through this is coming out of it. And it's just it's so heartwarming. You know what I mean? Like there's no greater thing in life than watching your friends succeed.
Oh, I agree. And thank you so much. That's so nice.
I was like, I remember, like when Sev first come over, you know, like, I don't know if we've talked about it, probably have fucking 50-something episodes ago, but, and he's like, Paige is like out, he was meant to come over and he was running late and Paige was like, I'm going to the pub. So he just rocked up to the house or whatever. And
he was running really late.
Yeah,
I thought he was standing me up and I was like, no, fuck this guy. I don't wait around for men. I'm going to the pub.
And then it's just me and like 10 mates, like, in our garage, like having a barbecue and drinking piss and just being dickheads. And this poor like Kiwi dude has been here for
he'd been in the country for like 3 days.
Yeah, something like that. Like comes over fucking, and then he's just like, am I getting jumped? And I'm like, oh.
He thought it was a setup for sure. He's like, she's stitched me up.
And then I went down and was like, hey, bro, like fucking, like Paige will be home in a minute, like you said.
I think I said to you, like, some dude might rock up, but he might not. So.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, bro, you here for Paige again? I said, oh, she's just at the pub, man. I'll let it, like, she'd be his home, grab a feed or whatever you want. And he just hung out, and that was the beginning.
He's such a social butterfly, though.
Yeah, he 100% is, yeah. And he didn't leave the fucking house, I don't think, after that. I literally don't think
he just moved in.
Honestly, it wasn't like
there was like definitely just a few days where he'd go back to his sister's place, get some clean clothes, have a day, then come back. It was very much,
it's just meant to be.
Yeah.
It was so weird. I remember calling my mum after our first date. And our first date, we were supposed to go to the pub, have a feed, play some pool.
I mean, I'm just getting drunk at our house.
Getting drunk at Tim's house party.
Well, it was our house, right? But my house party. My friends.
I just remember saying to mum, like, I'm going to marry this guy. And she's like, okay.
She's like, okay, bro.
Okay, whatever. And we literally have just been like best friends ever since. He's the best. He just gets me, and he's so calm. Like he's
except for when they're playing games together, you know what I mean? Have you and it's such a Taylor thing, right? Like, because Paige is originally a Taylor. If you watch them play fucking card games and shit, I love it, dude.
It's carnage.
I love it. Chrissy literally just goes, "I'm not playing."
She can't play with us.
No,
we're too heated.
Remember we went through a stage and we were playing Unstable Unicorns
all the time,
right? And it was like I think Christmas or something. I like come out hung over in my room and these were playing and whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'll join in. And it's just fucking carnage. And we play at Chrissy Lewis's place in Kingston, and then Chrissy's just like, I'm fucking just not playing this anymore. I'm done with
she
it.
can't play games with us.
And then you and Sev are like fucking having domestics, bro. Like, she's like, why you keep fucking attacking me like during the game?
It's so annoying because there'll be someone like one move away from winning.
And he'll pick on her like every
and I'm
time.
Like bottom of the barrel, barely hanging on. And I'm like, why wouldn't you stop the person from winning rather than coming for me?
It's more fun.
And then the game
He
will
just lives to rile me up.
the games will finish and we'll go and like have a drink and fuck or whatever, and you two will just be like arguing, and then we'll play another game
about the game that just happened.
They don't argue about anything else. That's all they argue about is fucking.
We set a truce a good maybe 4 years ago. We set a truce that while we play games, we're not together. We don't know each other. It doesn't carry on.
Yeah.
While we're gaming, we're enemies.
Yeah.
But after that, we go back to being in love.
Yeah, see what I mean? Like, it's so funny.
I grew up with two brothers. So we called Monopoly Squabbleopoly when we were kids because our parents knew that we were just going to fucking fight the whole time.
I love some Taylor stories. It's like, didn't fucking Jack like ball up some mud or something at you once and like throw it at you, and then you fucking got rocks in your eye and she fucking almost went blind? Like,
It's not funny because I was in hospital for like 2 weeks. But yeah. He split my pupil. My pupil went up and down like a cat's eye because he threw a mud ball at my head.
Fucking hell.
that's not even the best Taylor story. I don't think there's so. I literally I live for sitting around listening to the Taylors tell stories. Mum just has the fucking best stories to tell.
She comes out with some belters that even I don't know still. Lewis has a lot of good stories, but they're the same stories I've heard a lot.
Yeah.
But Mum, she'll just come out with some belters.
The best one that Mum's ever done, right? Lewis and Chrissy's wedding. Lewis and Chris's wedding, and she's doing a speech, and she's like, I don't know. The moral of the story is that Lewis didn't have a middle name, and he wanted his middle name to be Fish.
He got to choose one, yeah.
Yeah, he got to choose one, and so he wanted his middle name to be Fish.
Is it Fish now?
Yeah, you ask him what his name is, Lewis Fish Taylor.
Oh my God. That's so good.
That's a fucking an absolute classic. Oh, look, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story. Do you have any more questions?
No, I think, you covered it all.
Sorry, thanks.
You wrote down all those
Thanks for
questions.
letting me
I was ticking them off as you're talking about it. So I don't even need to ask these.
I told you, I was like, we'll be right.
it'll be
Paige will
fine.
come on, it'll be right. Look, thank you so much, and and congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
it literally warms my heart so fucking much to to watch you and Sev, not only from the beginning of your relationship to engaged and married and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I was actually really salty. I missed your engagement because I had COVID. Remember you
Absolutely
proposed on your
unacceptable.
birthday? Yeah, just come and fucking sicken you
It
with
was
COVID.
an epic proposal too.
Yeah, out on a tell the proposal story before we go.
We went out on a yacht, but he made it sound like it was a group yacht that he'd hired for my birthday weekend. Like there was a couple of other groups of people, but they got COVID and couldn't make it. So we ended up having like this private yacht.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, but there was supposed to be 10 other people on here. And we were just chilling, listening to music. There's like Moet champagne.
Did you know that this was going to happen? Did you have a feeling at the time?
I had a feeling that he'd organized the ring because he kept being like, I don't have any money this week because my money went to something.
He's not very fucking subtle, is he?
He's as subtle as a brick. I had to pay off something big this week, like for months. And then like hiring a yacht would have been so expensive. But yeah, we're just sitting listening to music. There's a cheese board, champagne. And then this sail just drops down out of nowhere. Like our song starts playing and this big sail drops on the yacht that says, will you marry me? And yeah, he dropped to the knee and pulled out the diamond ring, and it was amazing. Yeah. And I just ugly cried. And
then you went back and all your friends and family were at a surprise birthday dinner.
Yeah, we got back to the wharf, and then he's like, oh, let's go have a cocktail at the pub to celebrate. And then as I'm walking in, I'm like, oh, that's Dylan and Nathan. Oh, that's my brother. Wait a minute. All my people here. There's like 40 of our closest friends there to celebrate with us. It was amazing. He did so good because he's terrible at keeping secrets.
Oh, dude, yeah, I was impressed. I was fucking at home with COVID and I was just like so angry. I was just like, motherfucker, I missed that. I get FOMO so bad.
It was so good. We just got super drunk.
All right. Well, yes, again, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story. And I think a great first episode for Mother's May.
It's awesome.
2026.
Thanks for letting me yap. I was worried I wouldn't have much to say. Turns out.
No, you're fine.
That much you could breathe.
Yeah.
I've talked myself into a sweat, so.
All right. Well, tune in for the next 3 episodes in Mother's Day May.
Yep.
Be kind to ourselves and be kind to each other.
Measure twice, cut once.
And keep less and less overtaking fuckers. See you next time.
Bye.
This has been another Pod Perfect production.